Hey, hi, and hello. Mad Ink Pyro here. Guys, I'm going to warn you up front. This is going to be kind of a longish, ranty-ish video. Probably some strong language. Just forewarning. Yes, it's day 31 on the keto adventure, and everything's going just fine. I haven't really gone off the diet. I did have a spot last night where I had to eat over my macros. I was starving. I hadn't slept. I really haven't gotten a whole lot of sleep, so if I'm yawning through this one, please forgive me. I want to thank you to all of the new subscribers. You know, like, share, follow, you know how it goes. Alright. Last night I put up a post on my Facebook, if you guys are part of my Facebook page, which is just my name, William Myers. You know, go friend me. And you can follow me from what my mind really thinks sometimes. I don't post a lot up there. I do share my videos when I put them up there. Most of the time. Sometimes I'll skip a day or two from sharing it on Facebook, but it will be on YouTube channel. Alright, that being said and done, this video might run a little long. Forewarning. I'm not going to mention any names right now, but I actually had to delete one of the people I follow's account from me following them last night. It was a woman. I'm just going to put that out there. A woman that I followed on a regular basis. Been following her for years, actually. She does stuff like slot machines and unboxings and stuff like that. Yeah, I lead such an exciting life. And the reason I did that is because she was at a fast food restaurant. Grocery store / fast food restaurant. And she'd ordered some food. Well, across the street, now this was up in New York. Across the street, there was an active hospital. Now, if you guys have been following everything, which I'm sure you have been, I mean, who hasn't? New York's kind of overrun right now with Corona, and it's bad up there. I mean, it's bad. This woman had ordered her food, and she had been there for about 10 minutes. You know, most fast food places, most places that are still open, are at least half-staffed. At least. Well, this, she taped it and posted it on YouTube. She's since taken the video down. She took a video of a woman coming. Obviously, she was a hospital employee. She was wearing scrubs. And you could tell by her disheveled hair and the absolutely devastated look on her face that she had been working very hard at the hospital for quite some time. Now, I don't know if this restaurant had an agreement with the hospital where, you get off shift or you got a break, you come over and get free food, or if she had called her food in advance, which that's what I'm assuming, because, people do that when they work. You call your food in advance, you go over, you pick it up, you eat it, you go back to work. This woman looked like she had been, the hospital employee just looked like she had been through the ringer. Just, her eyes were saggy, her whole demeanor was just shot. You could tell she was not up to par. So she walked in and went up to the counter, like all of us do, and got her food and left. Now, she didn't sit in there and eat her food. She just got a bag and left. The woman on YouTube that I followed sat there and bitched about how she had been sitting there for 10 or 15 minutes waiting on her order, and this woman just walked in and got it. That led me to put a post up last night on my Facebook But I also put a post on her YouTube page about respect and about what the let's just face it, it was no holds barred. And I apologize ahead of time because I'll probably use some strong language in this video. Actually, I know I'm going to. That woman really pissed me off. She was saying how just because she's a hospital worker, she thinks she's privileged. And I went clear the fuck off. I mean, I just blew up. I probably posted on her YouTube page a post about that long about how she was selfish and ignorant and had absolutely no respect for the job that these people are doing and how these people are, you know, caring for our loved ones that are sick and dying, you know. And I mean, there have been several posts about the emergency nurses or the triage nurses or even the CNAs that have been very, very compassionate with people they don't even know. I mean, they sit there and they hold their hands while they're taking their last breaths. Other than that, these people would be dying alone, you know, and that kind of struck home to me. I mean, yeah, you know, most of you know me, and I'm kind of a hard ass. You know, I don't show my emotions much, but when I do, I'm very passionate about what I'm speaking about. You know, my mother, if you didn't get the Facebook post, my mother, who passed away a couple of years ago, was a registered nurse for years in the emergency room, and you know, there were times where she would work night shift or whatever and come home just exhausted. Well, I was so young at that point. I mean, you know, 8, 9. I didn't understand what she was doing all night. You know, I thought a job was somewhere you just went and then they gave you money, just like any other kid does. Well, after learning for, you know, years and years on what happens in the ERs and stuff, triage, I realized that it takes a special kind of person to do those kinds of jobs. Look, I've seen a lot of fucked up shit. I've seen people get beat down. I've seen people get shot, stabbed. You know, it's just everyday stuff, really. Just like anybody else has seen. People die in car wrecks, you know. I've had friends of mine kill themselves. I've had friends of mine OD. I mean, I've been there for a lot of it. Just wrong place at the wrong time, or walked in on it, or, you know, whatever. The point of it is, I can't even imagine what these medical workers are having to deal with right now. A war zone doesn't even describe it. You know, and war, you expect to see that kind of stuff. You mentally prepare yourself, and if it's your enemy, you have no compassion towards them. It's either you or them. In this situation, these people didn't do anything to anybody. They were just living their lives. And you've got all these nurses and doctors and CNAs that are comforting them as they move on to whatever's next. And it sucks, you know, because they're doing it alone. They can't see their families. Their families are usually the ones that are there to comfort them. And the families, you know, have no closure at that point. And it's just, it's a clusterfuck right now. And I understand that, and there's nothing we can do about it. The problem lies in idiots like this YouTuber. She was so full of herself and so selfish at a time where we're supposed to be compassionate and we're supposed to help one another out just to get through this shit. And she pulled bullshit like that. Well, I called her on it. I straight up called her on it. And watching the reactions of some of the people after I put my post up. I have a feeling that's why she put the post down. That, and she doesn't. I threatened to blow her up and have everybody just share the shit out of it, like, and spread it around like wildfire, so people called her ass out. Unfortunately, she took down the video before I had a chance to do it. But the point of it is there was so much bullshit involved with that, and other people defending this woman, defending her. Well, that woman had no right. That woman had every fucking right. That woman that was in that hospital had every right to go up there and get her meal first. She's the one that's on the front line. She's the one that's risking her own life to make us feel better. To make us have a peace of mind that your brother, your sister, your aunt, your uncle, your grandmother didn't die alone. You know, these are the people that are on the front fucking lines. And it really burns my ass when someone can be that inconsiderate and that selfish as to worry about a fucking McDonald's meal and get pissed off. You know what? I'd take that hamburger and I'd stuff it so far up that woman's ass, her breath would smell like pickles for a fucking month. I am so tired of people being selfish in this time. And it's all over the fucking place. And no wonder the rest of the world hates the United States. We're all a bunch of fucking ignorant, self-centered assholes. And that's fine normally. Now's not the time to be a self-centered asshole. Look, I've done a lot of fucked up shit in my life. And, you know, I can even see through it and go, yeah, it's probably not a good idea to do this right now. Or, yeah, it's probably not a good idea to post this right now. This couldn't be avoided. Guys, I started this YouTube channel to record my keto journey and my weight loss journey and to see the difference in my life and how it changed. And I'll tell you, you know, I think a lot more positively than I ever have. And I don't often get angry anymore because of something stupid. This deserves getting angry over. This is ridiculous. It was disgusting. It made me ashamed to be a fucking American when she posted that. And that's not how it should be. I'm proud of my country. I'm proud of the way that most of the people have come together to help out Christ. We're in the middle of one of the biggest things that's ever happened in the United States. Ever. And, well, since I've been alive anyway. And the way everybody pulled together. And then there are these groups of people that are so overprivileged that they just think their shit doesn't stink. Well, I'm here to tell you, it absolutely does. And those people, and I'm not going to say what I'm thinking, but those people need taken care of. Those are the people that need to be locked up. Those, during times like this, hell yeah, lock those sons of bitches up. Get them off the street because they ain't doing us any good. They're the ones that are going out and partying in groups of 300 or 400 and spreading coronavirus because they can't get it or they're not afraid of it. If they're not part of the solution, then they're part of the problem, right? Now, I'm not saying that, you know, you need to go out and kill everybody that's got an attitude right now, because Christ, everybody has an attitude. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying common sense. You know, healthcare workers right now, and it's not just limited to them. You know, when I put my post up, I mean, it seemed kind of one-sided and leaning towards the healthcare workers. Just because my mom was an RN, and I understand what they're going through. I've seen it. As most of us have, you know, even when you go into the RN, or you go into the emergency room because you need stitches or you broke your arm or something, you can see in there sometimes, like during flu season, they're overwhelmed at flu season. I can only imagine what the hell's going on right now. The other point is to see people in the food service industry. Okay, I chose the food service industry because I like to cook I'm creative, I'm artistic. I can put all that together in the food service industry. That's why I chose that profession. That, and I like to feed people. I ask anybody, you come to my house, you don't leave hungry. At least I try. I try not to make you leave hungry, or let you leave hungry. And, I've always been there for people. I've helped I don't know how many people out with food. If they don't have food in their house, say something. I'll make sure you do. I've always kept stockpiles like that. I've always had an overabundance because that's just me. You can't live if you're hungry. You can't think if you're hungry. You can't. I've been there. I haven't eaten for 3 or 4 days type thing, and I'm starving, and you just can't function. So I make sure that everybody has their food. I make sure everybody has a little excess to take home with them or whatever. The food service industry is vital right now. I know everybody's like, oh, restaurants should be closed, restaurants should be closed. Yeah, but for about half the people out there that have no clue how to cook, and that's what they rely on is restaurants every day, you close those restaurants down, there's going to be hungry people everywhere. Because they just don't know how to cook, or don't have the food to cook, or whatever. So they go to the restaurant. They pick their meals up on the go. They, healthcare workers, truckers. Oh my God, man, I got trucker friends. I got several trucker friends. Most of them have figured out ways to cook in their truck or prepare meals on the go. But there's only so many packs of ramen or cans of soup you can eat before it drives you nuts. Now, granted, some truckers have really nice setups. Some don't. And they rely on the truck stops and the restaurants. If you're in a position where it's vital and you're an essential worker, an actually essential worker, not one of these asshole companies that went and found a fucking loophole so they can stay open. Let's see, American Woodmark in Western Maryland. There's a big one. We don't need fucking cabinets right now. We need medical supplies. We need ventilators. We need people to ship the shit across the country and back. That's what we need. Fucking making cabinets and calling it an essential workplace. Making mini blinds and calling them an essential. Hunter Douglas needs shut down too. Oh, I keep up on everything. I do. I see you guys complain. I hear the bitching. And I agree 110%. Anyway, the actual essential employees, medical, transportation and trucking, food industry, those places, those people are the heartbeat of the United States right now. These are the people that are keeping our country running. These are the people that are saving our lives. These are the people that are comforting our elderly and dying. These people are the unwritten heroes of the world right now, of the United States. The essential employees, the essential jobs. These are people that make minimum wage, and they're the ones putting their necks on the line to make sure all the rest of us have what we have and get what we can get and stay safe. Kind of puts it in perspective, doesn't it? Your big high-paid lawyers, your big high-paid businessmen, your big, all of the other, NBA players. No offense to the NBA guys. No offense to the NFL guys. No offense to sports at all. You guys work hard when you work. That's great. You're not essential. Yeah, it's entertaining. It is. But these guys are busting their asses, risking their lives, quite literally at this point, risking their lives to make sure that all of us are safe and all of us have the stuff to live. That's saying something. I put in the post, these people deserve a whole different respect than I've ever given anybody in my life. If you see one of them out, a trucker, a fast food worker, a delivery driver, a healthcare professional, CNA, nurse, doctor, whatever. They're tired. They're beat. They're underappreciated. Buy them a meal. Pay for their coffee. If you can't do that, at least say thank you. These people deserve our respect right now. And they deserve money that I can't think of and vacations that I can only dream of when all this is said and done. These people are keeping our country moving. And to downgrade them and bitch about them over a McDonald's meal was absolutely out of place and totally disrespectful. I just wanted to get that off my chest, guys. I really did. It really pissed me off. And it still pisses me off. So keep in mind, if you're utilizing the restaurants right now for food, if you're going across country, driving through the hot zones to make sure that medical supplies get delivered or food gets delivered or dry goods get delivered or whatever it is your delivery driving truckers, my hat's off to you. Restaurant employees, guys, as a former restaurateur, if I could do it, I'd be there with you. Unfortunately, my health and my physical being at this point is not able to. I know right now, as I sit here, if my mom were still alive, she'd be right there in the thick of it too. Because that's just who she was. That's how she handled it. I don't always see eye to eye with my family, don't get me wrong. We do butt heads quite a bit. Different views and whatnot. But at the same time, I have a lot of family that are healthcare professionals, and they're out there on the front lines too. So, 100% mad respect to you guys. And when it's all said and done, the world's going to know what kept us together. It's not the president, it's not the task force, and it's not the warnings from the Surgeon General or whoever the fuck's giving them. It's the people that are handling it. The healthcare workers, the truckers, mailmen. Jesus, the mail's still running. And we're in the middle of a complete pandemic. The mail's still running. So, my hat's off to you guys. I want to spread out a huge, heartfelt thank you to everybody who's out there working and everybody who's busting their balls. Guys, you got balls the size of volleyballs, man. It takes a special group of people to continue doing what they're doing throughout all this. So, from Mad Ink Pyro and all of us here, thank you. Guys, that's what I got to say today. So, like normal, get healthy, get happy, stay safe. Thank everybody. Do something nice for somebody else. I'll see you guys later.